Picture this. A crisp November night in 1974 in the sleepy town of Amityville, Long Island. The DeFeo family has just finished dinner in their beautiful Dutch colonial home at 112 Ocean Avenue. Hours later, that peaceful scene would transform into one of America's most notorious crime scenes. At around 3:15 a.m., Ronald DeFeo Jr., known to friends as Butch, systematically moved through the house with a .35 caliber Marlin rifle. One by one, he murdered his entire family, his parents, Ronald Sr. and Louise, and his 4 siblings, Dawn, Allison, Mark, and John Matthew. All were found face down in their beds, shot multiple times. The next day, Butch burst into Henry's bar, a local hangout, screaming that his parents had been shot. When police arrived at the house, they uncovered the full horrific truth. But something didn't add up. None of the neighbors had heard gunshots. There were no signs of struggle. And most mysteriously, all victims were found in the same position. During questioning, DeFeo's story changed multiple times. First, he claimed a mob hitman did it. Then he said he heard voices. Finally, he confessed. But the inconsistencies in his story have fueled speculation for decades. What drove a 23-year-old to commit such an unthinkable act? Some point to his troubled relationship with his domineering father, others to drug use, and some suggest deeper psychological issues. But the truth might be simpler and more chilling. Sometimes evil doesn't need a supernatural explanation. The house would later become famous as the Amityville Horror after the Lutz family moved in and claimed to experience paranormal activity. Their story spawned books, movies, and a whole franchise. But the real horror wasn't about ghosts or demons. It was about a young man who, on one cold night, destroyed his entire family and created a legacy of darkness that still haunts Amityville today. The DeFeo murders remind us that sometimes the most terrifying stories aren't about the supernatural at all. They're about the darkness that can exist within ordinary people, in ordinary houses, on ordinary streets. And maybe that's the scariest truth of all.